Hi everybody, this is Diane. I have been busy pulling stuff for some Homemakers journals. My friend, this is the third and final journal that she requested as Christmas gifts that she wanted to purchase from me, and I have so much Homemakers stuff that I gladly accepted that challenge. So this is one of those things where I have so much it's a bit overwhelming and hard to know where to start. But I do know that she wants a one signature journal. So I think I'm going to do the same thing I did with the faith journals. I will make, well, sort of the same. I will make three one signature journals. And then I'll make a 3 signature journal using this book that I just got, Foods and Homemaking. So I'll decorate the cover and make it look prettier, but I'll keep this part on it. So I think that'll be fun. And then I have these papers that I can choose for the covers for the 3 one signature journals. This is Saucy by Authentique, and this was in a Happy Mail from Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. This has a lot of fun papers in it, and like it says, it's saucy, so it's retro, and it has a kind of a cheeky vibe to it. This is the back of the cover page, so that's really cool. And then there's spoons and rolling pin, utensils and stuff on this page, backed with this page that has words. Let your inner domestic goddess shine. Now, if she was on this side of the page, I would probably use this for the cover, but she's not on the right side of the page. But look at that. So I was thinking I could use this for a cover, and she would be on the inside. Wait, let's see. Yeah, she would be on the inside front cover, and then I could use one of the journaling cards to decorate the front. But this page has aprons, and there's some flowers, very retro looking. And then we have recipe cards and journal cards. This has a big cooking vibe to it, cooking theme. So I'm not sure if this is what I want to use, but I like these. Why, yes, I'm a domestic superhero. I am a domestic superhero. I always give the best advice. Girls just want to have fun. They're doing their laundry. Never a dull moment. So these would be really good for a homemaker's journal that isn't specifically cooking. Some more journaling cards. And I think they're the same things. They just they flipped them over so you get to see, as you flip through it, you get to see both sides, but they're the same pages that were at the front of the book. So there are definitely some fun pages in this book, in this pad. This one is Graphic 45, and I've had this for a long time. I've just been hoarding it because it's so gorgeous. The other one was more 50s. This is earlier than that. I would say from the 30s. The images are 30-ish. Look at that, pretty plaid. So again, I would use one of the covers, or one of these pages, to make the cover. And I love the colors. They're very vibrant. There's 3 of each page. These can be cut apart and used. So I'm thinking maybe this could be a cover. It's got Grandmother's Flower Garden pattern on it. And then I could put one of these journaling cards on it. He rules the roost, but I rule the rooster. Gorgeous Graphic 45. You can always count on them to give you some beautiful images and recipe cards and journaling cards back here. So lots to work with just in these 2 paper pads. And I'm excited to actually cut into them and use them. I don't know which ones I'm going to use. Obviously, when you see all the stuff I'm going to show you, this is a theme that I will have to revisit several more times, I'm sure, after I do this project. I've got way more stuff than I need. So I'm going to ask my friend which of these she wants, or there's another set of papers that I have too that we'll look at in a bit. So I showed you those paper pads. I showed you this book. So then I went through all my collection of cooking ephemera and my domestic arts stuff, and pulled out things that I liked for a homemaker's theme. I didn't get out recipe, like cards of recipes and stuff, but I'll just get back in there and get what I want, because I will include some recipes, especially for that one that says foods and cooking. Scholastic Art Award. Oh, this came in something. I think it came in this book that I just purchased. And this book had those drawings. Remember in the back, if you saw that haul video, it had drawings in the back. So I might include them because they're domestic items, household items that were used in the drawings. I have this paperback book of Heloise's Housekeeping Hints, so of course I will have to use some of that. And just a bunch of little booklets that I have that would be great. And some of them I had a project like this in mind, and I haven't used them because I've wanted them for this project. So I have a Mixmaster Mixer instruction and recipe book. But, you know, it's a recipe book, but because it came with an appliance, I thought it would be great for a homemaker's journal. And so same with this, electric oval roaster and round roaster recipes from Nesco. So they're recipes, but they're made with an electric appliance. I picked this up, I don't know, a couple years ago, maybe just last year, but it's Your Household Guide, sponsored by A. Lloyd Rockwell Bible Class in Monroe, Pennsylvania. This book contains 1001 helpful household hints. And this is 1951. So it's just pages of household hints. It has information, birthstones, weddings, you know, the kind of gifts you should buy for certain wedding anniversaries, presidents and state capitals. What president does it go up to? Truman. Sewing. So buy a roll of cellophane which harmonizes with the furnishings of your bedroom, and use it for lining dresser drawers. Powder and dust can be wiped off easily. So that'll be fun. Then a house cleaning handbook. Cornell Extension Bulletin. I would say it's definitely from the 50s, from the look of her dress. $1959, reprinted. I don't know what the original date was. And this is the Bride's Guide from Rochester Gas and Electric Home Service Department. So it has recipes, guide to healthy eating. I thought it had more than recipes in it. Care and use of small appliances. Care and use of the range. This is Watkins' Almanac Home Book, and I believe it's 1937. So I'm sure I can use some things out of that. And how to can finer fruits. That's just a beautiful image, isn't it? It's put out by Caro. I have a couple of these cards. I think I have more in here somewhere. My giant cards that I got at an antique mall earlier this year. So there's a broom and the stove. the kitchen, the bathroom sink, and this bowl. There might be more in my pile here. I have this. I think somebody sent this to me in a Happy Mail, this box, vegetable slicer. I had cut up a couple of those Better Homes and Gardens magazines that I had purchased from the 1940s and 50s. So I went through that stack of pages that I just cut things out and didn't really sort them yet, but I went through that and pulled out a lot that will go well with this theme. So I'll have lots left over for the next time. So there's lots of pictures of kitchens and stoves, and there's this lady putting away her linens. I love these kind of images. There's cleaning product advertisements. This is for Brillo. Wax paper. I still use that brand of wax paper. These are really fun. There's some foil. Some of the pages are full pages, so I could use it as a page. I just cut the, look at this little lady sitting on her counter looking so cute and darling. I liked these round colored thermostat covers, or thermostats by Honeywell. So you could match your thermostat with your decor. So I'm not going to go through all these, but there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm thinking after I come back from my little getaway, I will hopefully get my Homemaker's journals in my shop and maybe simultaneously list those Better Homes and Gardens magazines so that you can see when I make stuff with these, you'll be able to see what you can do with them and then go purchase a magazine so you can cut it up and have fun. This was cute. I don't know if I'll use it in this journal, but it says, even prettier than you dreamed. I also have these cut out just for, I love this one. I think this came out of a kid's magazine or something. Washing dishes. These are floor plans for some beautiful homes. I have these cards that I had gotten in a box a few years ago, and I've used them in some journals, but I will use more. So there's some hints for kitchen and housekeeping, bright ideas, garden. So these will be great. There's a lot of kitchen ones. I'll use those cards. And then this I cut out of a magazine, The Notes of a Happy Housekeeper. Definitely use that. These are some labels from Current. Canning labels. Mrs. Wilbert's 50 Helpful Household Hints. Ivory soap labels. These are vintage ivory soap labels that I received in a Happy Mail years ago. And I've only used a couple of them. So I've got 4 left I can use. How to sew curtains. It's a little flyer for a Bendix automatic dryer put out by Butler Electric Company in Eustis, Florida. I don't know how I got it. This is a Tupperware card that I found in my big box of postcards earlier this year at a flea market. I can't read the date on that, but I'd love to know how. Oh, right there, the date of the party is 1972. This just came out of a sewing pattern catalog, so you could get that pattern to make that slipcover. Ice cube tray. This is one of the romper room cards that I got at a flea market. It's just a picture of a house. Some flashcards that have pictures of household items. I love this one. It's an Electrolux user's manual. This one is fantastic. I got that one earlier this year. so I'll be using some of this. I just got these items, the shortcuts to home sewing and how to make draperies, and then these home decorator from Sherwin-Williams and color guide, home painting and color guide from DuPont. I have digital from, she's not on Etsy, she has a website, and I got these a long time ago, and I can't remember who it is. I mean, I know who it is. Raspberry Road. She has her own website. But this is called Domestic Goddess, and there are papers, and I just printed a few of the many. A lot of the pages are just like one color, but I printed the ones that had a design on them, and I may go back and print. There was lots of different color polka dots. So the one color ones look kind of like that. You can see it's not just a solid color, and of course the one color ones don't have polka dots, but they're kind of, they have texture to them, I guess. There is a whole bunch. There are, I don't, oh my goodness, so many of these images. But I have to copy and paste each individual one so that I don't have to print it in a full page. So this bowl would have covered this whole page, and the rolling pin would have been like that on the whole page. So I'm copying and pasting them, and I just didn't want to sit there and do that this afternoon because I want to get busy working on stuff. So I'll do that maybe this evening when I watch TV. But I did enough so that I could print 4 to a page. They're so cool. And you know, like I said, I bought this years ago, this journaling kit, and it wasn't expensive. Raspberry Road is very reasonable. But with all those magazine images I have, I don't really need more stuff like this, but they're gorgeous, and I'm gonna find some and I'll use them. So it's a Domestic Goddess, and there's several kits. There's the add-on, there's the pages, and elements. I think that all the stuff with the cutout pieces are called elements. I think this is the add-on. So these ladies are wearing their aprons. Pretty kind of 50s colors. Look at those cat eye glasses. So this is just a tip of the iceberg of what is in that kit. And then I pulled this out. Let's go through it, and so I can see what's in here, because I can't remember everything that's in here. Just stuff I've been collecting. So this is really cool. I got this a year or two ago at a flea market with a bunch of stuff, and it's an Electrolux. Maybe I just bought it on its own. Yep, 75 cents. Isn't it cool? An Electrolux card. This came out of a cookbook, gourmet cookbook. I have a lot of this is cooking stuff. There's a vacuum cleaner from a children's dictionary. 20 famous cranberry dishes. So the cooking stuff I will set aside. Oh, look at that lady doing her laundry. Not yet one and washing done. Sunlight soap. So that must have been from a advertising card. Oh my goodness! I have one of those pocket recipe books. Almost done, looks like. Oh, I just found mine that I had made for myself, and I hadn't used it, so I listed it in my shop. I'm trying to find where I can open this. Oh. The flap is tucked inside. But I sold the one I made for myself because I haven't used it, but I didn't realize I had another one that was almost done. So the pages are folded and decorated, at least partly. This is one of the inserts that goes in. Well, you know what? I ought to finish this and put it in my shop. I put 6 pages in a journal. So they have 1, 2, that's an insert, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 pages. And like I said, I normally just put in 6, and then I have some things cut out and ready for it. Well, that is a project I will have to do. That's exciting. So this one is, I'm not sure what kind of book it was, but it's got pictures of women working in their kitchens. Some recipe pages. Oh, this one's fun. These tags. They're recipe cards. Some irons. To clean furniture. This was a book on Victorian housekeeping, I believe. I used a lot of the things out of that book, but I saved some. It was about servants, I believe, during the Victorian era. So these are great images. Oh, this is a 6x6 paper pad by Paper House called What's Cookin'. So I think I'll save this one for a cooking journal. And these are pages from that Victorian book. So I'll set these with my Homemaker's stuff and see if I use it. Just some digitals here. So these are the other papers I was talking about that I can let my friend decide if she wants to use one of those. They're from Stampin' Up, and they're what I use to make my pocket album that I just put on Pinterest. So those were all things I found on Pinterest before I started purchasing digitals. Oh, look at that. It's a swan. I don't know what it's carved out of, but it's a centerpiece. It has my name on it for some reason. Oh, I've got graph paper in here. Kitchen tags. I'll put that there. June's Kitchen. I knew I had another digital set. And as soon as I saw this, I recognized, I remembered the name. It's June's Kitchen. I can't remember who put it out. What Etsy seller it is. Got some recipes. So, I don't know. I'm going to put it with my stuff that I'm using. I don't know if I'll use it or save it for a cookbook journal. I'm going to put it with my cookbook stuff. I have enough stuff for the Homemaker's journal. I have enough stuff for cookbook journals too, but you know. Alright, so this is the Stampin' Up! Paper. It has the household tools, ironing board, broom, vacuum cleaner, pillows, clothespins, all kinds of stuff like that. It has clothes hanging on the clothesline. These are cooking ones. So I could make it like that, make that the cover, and use one of the many journaling cards that I have on the front. Why do I have so many of this? I bought like 3 packs of this because it was going out. It was on clearance because they were discontinuing it, and I loved it, and it was a good price. So I bought 3 packs. And I still have one unopened pack. So this will show us all of the papers that are in this kit, or in this pack, because I'm sure I used up some of them. So I definitely better use some of these in one of those journals that I'm making, because I've got a lot of these. So this one has a pretty plaid and that design. We saw that one. This one has like a tablecloth design, and it's got little salt and pepper shakers and utensils. This one just has a sunny design and then this grayish blue on the back. Yep, that's it. So I have 3 paper packs that I can show my friend when she comes to pick up the journals that I got done for her, and I will ask her which one she wants, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna use to sell. Oh, these are some cookbooks that I just pulled out when I was going through all this stuff, and I'm gonna scan this one in because that one's old enough. And that one I think is old enough. There's a page, Jello dessert page. That's not old enough. But some of those I'm going to take the cover, like this one, I'll take that cover maybe and make a journal. Put that on the cover of a journal. I have some Domestic Goddess playing cards. And this little card, flash card, has a house on it. This little piece of a scrapbook paper. And then these are pages from a book about antique advertising cards. And these are the household ones. The ringers and washing category. And the kitchen category. So I can make ephemera with them. So do you think I have enough to make a few journals here? I don't think this belongs in here. No, it does not. And then I saved this from my 1969 pattern catalog because it's aprons. Not that one. This one. So that's what I have to work with. And so now you know why I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Oh, got this pack too. Let's see. This might be all cooking stuff. Now there's a grocery store thing. Stuff I made with my Cricut. Yeah, I think this is all cooking stuff. Oh, to clean a hair mattress. That's from that Victorian book. Some handwritten recipes. Yep, and then there's some ephemera in here from Carta Bella. Oh, it's Country Kitchen. And I can see on the back. So I think I'll either use these for farm. Life is better on the farm. Gardening stuff. I'm not going to use that for this project. Farm and kitchen and gardening. Alright, now I have things selected. And I can put all this stuff away. But I still have a lot to work with. So I am going to start by selecting some paper for covers. And get some paper cut. And then I'll be on my way. So thanks for watching. I hope that this was was kind of fun for you to see all the stuff I've accumulated, and I hope you don't think it's too ridiculous. And oh, this isn't all of it. I've got so many recipe things and domestic art stuff, and I'm definitely going to list some of my cookbook booklets in my shop, because I bought quite a few Saturday at the flea market. You know, things like this, the vintage books like this, but they're cookbooks. I bought quite a few at the flea market, and then as I'm going through pulling this stuff out, I've got like a stack like this. So I've got to sell some of them. So you can watch for those. Maybe I'll get all this stuff listed at the same time. My Better Homes and Gardens and some of these cookbooks and these journals. We'll see how well I do at that. So I have to work diligently on these journals this week before I go away, and just see how close I can get them to being done before I go. I don't think they'll be done. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to get to work cutting papers. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.